UFC Fight Night Allen versus Costa, as well as the MVP card, is this Saturday. So I'm gonna just go through my picks for both cards. So I'm officially back now. All right, you know I'm back when I'm doing a horrible, not a horrible. Okay, this is not a bad fight card, especially with MVP added to it, but. Brother, we're back, brother. You know, we're back and we're here to stay, brother. I'm not even going to have an opening rap. I just want to get through this video. This video feels like clocking in, man. These fight nights feel like clocking in. If it wasn't for the MVP card, which is all right, to be honest, I'm going to talk about it when I get to it. Honestly, there's just like, I feel like the MVP card is very predictable in some of the fights, and we're going to go through that. I'm actually not going to go through every single like fights. If I don't know you on the MVP card, I'm not talking about you. But I know this girl, unfortunately. Bannon versus Nicole Calari. You guys know how I feel about Shauna on this channel. I don't know. Guys, there was a time Shauna was fighting like this Indian fighter. And I put the house on the Indian fighter, brother. And this girl is in her stupid sidekicks, you know. It's her, bro. I'm not tripping. It's her. She's the one with the stupid sidekicks, bro. Coming off a loss. Same with Nicole Cavalcanti, though. I will never pick Shauna Bannon to win a fight. She's one-dimensional. She's so mid outside of what she does. Stupid sidekick spammer, bro. Her strikes are ugly. She has zero grappling, brother. I think Nicole Calari is going to go in there. She's going to mix in the striking, get close enough to use some clinch work, and just smother Shauna Bannon, who's Irish's best fucking prospect right now. This is the best Ireland got, brother. Sheval, brother. They got a Shauna Bannon, bro. Oh, and her sidekicks, bro. I actually can't be bothered. But, yeah, I'm going to go Nicole Cavalcanti. I'm not going to say it's a lot because it's a WMA fight, so who really cares? But moving on from that one, we're going to go Daniel Barez versus Louis Gurule. Now, Louis Gurule has like that bald man aesthetic, you know, aura vibe going. Like when I feel like he's like the short, bald aura farmer, you know. I feel like he always brings a good fight too. Same with Daniel Barez. Like Daniel Barez, he's not winning every fight, but he does come in game. He doesn't like roll over himself, you know. He's always going to give someone a decent fight. Both guys do that. You know, the big problem with Louis in most of his fights is the height. You know, Daniel Barez is 5'6", Louis is 5'5", so it's not that much different in like the height differential. Which is making me lean a bit towards Louis in this one. Maybe it's because I feel like he's going to just come with the overhands and land more powerful shots, you know, the more thudding shots. And I do think he's pretty volume heavy, and he is pretty well on the forward pressure. You know, I think Daniel Barez might mix in some takedowns. It's going to be a matter of like watching what's happening, but typically, I feel like both guys are going to be inclined to striking. So if they're both inclined to striking, I think I'm going to favor a slight advantage to Louis Gurule. And even if he does wrestle, I'm sure that Louis' short base can help him get back to his feet, you know, and get back up from the takedown. So I'm going to go Louis Gurule for this one. I don't know by what, probably by points, knowing these are flyweights. Gurule does have power, but I do think by points will be probably going to be the most safe pick to do here. All right, we have two TikTokers up next, bro. Elise Ardelean. I said that so wrong. Elise Ardelean. I can't, bro. I'm just not doing this right now. Versus Viana, who I swear was retired and then turned into a reporter, but apparently she's back. She was just horrible. Like, she just came in and she would lose fights and, like, get submitted and stuff. And, like, I thought she was a reporter full time, but apparently she's not. You know, this is just battle of the social media presence. I just don't. Both of them are primary strikers as well, but for some reason, I have a feeling that Elise might mix in some wrestling. Because when Viana gets taken down, bro, she looks like a fish out of water. She doesn't really know what she's doing much, you know. And I do know the strength advantage is probably going to go to Elise because she's a shorter girl, stronger base, who actually is coming off a win as well. So, I don't know, like, Viana, like, I don't even think she's fully in it, bro. Like, she's wrestling on kitchen floors with Pereira a little bit, you know, a little bit. She looked good, though. Like, I got to give her respect, but I just don't see her winning a UFC fight. I think she loses again, then retires again, then goes back to reporting. So I'm going to go Elise for the win. Plus, she has a bigger following on TikTok, so we're going to rock with her. Cody Brundage versus Andre Petroski. Petroski, dude. Man, stupid purple shorts on both these fucking... Look at these. Look at you guys. Grown men in purple shorts, you know. Oh, chincha. I don't like Cody Brundage is like a coin toss fighter. He's perfectly getting his record to that perfect 50-50. You love to see it with Cody Brundage. There's a point where Cody Brundage's record wasn't too shabby. You know, now he's 11-9. Jeez, bro. Like, just keep it up, man. I hope he loses this one. I want to get him to that 11-11 record. And I actually do think he's going to lose because Petroski's not the best, but Petroski's actually pretty game. He has great low kicks. He, like, breaks the base of fighters pretty well. And he's physically really strong. You know, this is a middleweight fight. Cody Brundage has been fluctuating. Sometimes he fights at light heavyweight. Sometimes he fights at middleweight. This one's back at middleweight. We'll see how his body looks there. But I just feel like Andre Petroski is going to be a bit too much. I feel like his low kicks are going to be a bit too heavy. I think Cody Brundage is going to give a good first round like he always does. Then he's going to lose after that. Brundage's last fight was so winnable, but it's just like he doesn't have the endurance to keep up his work. Sometimes he has a good grappling advantage, wrestling advantage, but he's not even going to have that over Petroski this time. I think Petroski might be the superior wrestler. Time will have to tell, but I do think I'm going to go Andre Petroski in this one. Petroski's only kryptonite for me is his chin. Sometimes he gets these weird wonky knockouts where it doesn't even look like he gets hit and he falls over himself. And that's a chance that Cody Brundage has. But after that first round, I don't think Brundage has a chance in the world. So I'm not going to pick Brundage, bro, because I don't trust him to go out there and get the first round knockout. And if he does chase the finish, he's just going to fatigue quicker if he doesn't get it. So I'm going to go Andre Petroski for this one. I think he gets it done over Cody Brundage. He might even finish him, but time will tell. Next up, Kelton Viera versus Jacqueline Cavalcanti. Cavalcanti, she's always one of those sure dog picks for me. Kelton Viera, I swear, did she fight? I feel like she fought someone, what's it, Harrison or something? She fought someone decent, but she actually put up some struggle in that fight. And she's a veteran. She's been around a lot. She has that veteran-esque aura, And they know in Cavalcanti, she can get baited into just getting held in grappling exchanges and not making crazy movements, in the clinch. She does defend takedowns well, but it's a matter of if someone holds on to her, she might just stand there, And that's what Kelton's probably gonna want to do, because at range, I just think Jacqueline Cavalcanti is gonna piece her up. Kelton Viera's gonna have to take risk, and do I trust her to take a risk looking like that? Brother, get out of here, bro. I don't trust that shit, bro. I think Jacqueline's gonna put the beats on her. I can't lie. I think Jacqueline should be sticking moving. She has the length. They're the same height, but the slight reach advantage is going to be Cavalcanti. She uses good boxing, good kicks. I just feel like she's a more well-rounded striker, and I feel like it might be striking primarily. Yes, Kelton can mix in takedowns, but Cavalcanti has good takedown defense. It's going to come down to if Kelton can hold her against the fence, and I just don't think that's going to happen. So I'm going to go Jacqueline Cavalcanti just from landing the better shots and probably by points. I don't think she's going to finish Kelton Viera because Kelton's pretty durable for the most part. So I'm going to go Jacqueline Cavalcanti for the win. Tommy Gnatt versus Artur Minev. You know what's funny about Tommy Gnatt? I remember watching him in Dana White Contender Series, and I put him on my prospect list. Not quite a Jacoby Smith, but he's up there, guys. He's pretty he's well-rounded, man. He has the wrestling, and I feel like his striking is not too bad either. Of course, the wrestling is what we've seen the most of him, but when he is on the feet, he looks comfortable, but I actually rate him really, guys. He's one of the people on my prospect list, I look at him listen, guys, honestly, I'm not going to say future champion. But he's one of those ones from Dana White Contender Series that you actually know has potential to be good and actually is good. So I think Tommy Gnatt is going to get it done against Artur Minev, who I don't know much about, who's making their UFC debut. They didn't even fight on the Contender Series, just making their fresh debut against Gnatt. So I think this is someone just to build Tommy so he could exercise his wrestling a bit more, get more experience. But I do think this is a surefire win for Tommy. I don't know the odds, but I'm assuming Tommy's going to be a big favorite against this Artur Minev guy. Maybe with a name like Artur Minev, because I actually don't know too much about him. Maybe he has great wrestling, a little bit strong, handsome guy, but I just know Tommy Gnatt is one of the better wrestlers. He's a Jacoby Smith-esque wrestler. Not as heavy-handed, but he's very well-rounded, and he has some good length to him at 5'11". He's a 77-inch reach. So he's a pretty lanky guy, long arms, and great wrestling base. So I do trust him in a lightweight division. He could be a future prospect. So keep your eye on him. This is not just no, keep your eye on Tommy Gnatt, because I think he could be a future champion-esque. Future champion-esque. I'm not going to say future champion. Future champion-esque fighter. So I'm going Tommy Gnatt. He's a minus 210 favorite. So not as big as a favorite as I thought. So maybe this Artur guy is good. But I'm literally picking Tommy off of knowing Tommy, not knowing Artur. So do what you want with that knowledge. Tokkos versus Ivan Erslan. It's Tuco, it's Tuco, I don't know, man, about this fight. A little bit, I concern a little bit, maybe. I don't know. This is battle of the mid for me. Tukos actually wins. I feel like Ivan even won a fight in the UFC. Probably not. It's it's going to be such a weird fight. Probably going to come down to who wants it more. And I don't know, between these two, who would want it more. Honestly, I think my gut was telling me go Ivan Erslan because Tuco's just horrible. But Tuco can wrestle if he feels uncomfortable. And then Ivan's just bald, I don't know, man. It's this weird one for me, bro. This one's a weird one. I don't know who to pick. I think I don't want to pick Tuco because how am I going to be a grown man, keep in mind, 23, handsome, strong guy, pick Tuco for a win fight? But how can I do this? I can't really pick Tuco to win a fight. So I'm going to pick Tokkos for the win. I just feel like he's going to get it done. He's the underdog here. Ivan is just a little bit of a bot, but I just think Tuco's going to find a way to fucking be. Why am I picking Tuco? Why the hell am I picking Tuco, actually? maybe it's because I think he's gonna wrestle. I just don't know the defensive wrestling of Ivan. Like if Ivan can defend the takedown, sure, maybe, but it's like I don't know if he could defend it. Oh, can he defend the takedowns? I just don't know. I'm going Tuco, though. Screw it. I know I said it makes no sense, which is why I'm going to pick him. Who cares? Nikolai Veretennikov versus Chaos Williams. Williams is coming off a loss, but one thing I noticed about Chaos Williams, if you don't take him down, you're probably not going to, like, you struggle or you're probably not going to win. Most of Chaos Williams' losses come from him getting taken down and controlled. Nikolai doesn't shoot takedowns. Like, he just doesn't shoot them, you know, because he trusts his striking. He's a lanky guy, got good range. But so is Chaos, you know. So is Chaos. Chaos actually has longer arms than him, a longer reach advantage. But I know the leg reach is going to be important in this one. And Veretennikov has a slight advantage in the leg reach, you know. Only an inch difference in height, you know. But it's going to be a striking match primarily. And I do know that if you don't take down Chaos, you pretty much struggle. But like sometimes Chaos range is a bit off. It's going to be boxing versus kickboxing. Who's going to prevail there? We're going to have to see. It's a close fight, though. I think Chaos Williams has power to hurt Veretennikov, and vice versa, honestly. Both guys could hurt each other. I don't know who I'm going to go for. I feel like I was leading Veretennikov, but now I really don't know. Because when I start to look at Chaos Williams, he only loses to people really who take him down. But maybe Veretennikov's kicks could be too problematic for Chaos Williams and disrupt his rhythm. If you take away that front leg of Chaos Williams, I reckon it'll be a better night for him. So I'm gonna go Veretennikov, hoping that he uses his low kicks and uses them smartly. He's a slight underdog here, but we're gonna rock with Veretennikov. I think he could use the low kicks to slow him down. Next up, Timmy Cuamba versus Bernardo Sopaj. Now, this fight's going to be interesting. Timmy is one of those people who comes to scrap. He's a little bit lanky. He's taller. He's 5'9". He's going to be taller than Bernardo, who's 5'6", the Albanian. It's probably going to be a striking match primarily, from what I'm thinking. I feel like they're going to strike primarily. Maybe there might be some wrestling in this one, but I feel like the boxing of Bernardo is pretty solid. You know, his height's a bit of a problem. I know Timmy Cuamba is going to use the reach and the length of his kicks and stuff to keep him at bay. If there is wrestling, it's going to probably favor Bernardo. You know, there might be some good scrambles here, though. Like, there might be some good scrambles between these two. You know, this is going to be interesting, man. I feel like Bernardo gives me Ilya vibes because of the way he looks. And I feel like the way he wants to box and wants to fight. I don't know, though, man. This is a close one. This is a 50-50 fight for me. Both guys have good records, you know. I think Bernardo might get it done, though. I think I trust Bernardo, man. I think Bernardo's going to use good boxing. He's going to get in close, and he's going to mix in the wrestling when he needs to, and that's probably going to steal him important rounds. Striking could be very close, but I think my gut's telling me Bernardo Sopaj for the win, so I'm going to go the Albanian Sopaj to get it done. Modestas Bukauskas versus Christian Edwards. You know, Bukauskas been just losing lately. Bukauskas was one of those guys, man. I didn't know, dude. Bukauskas, shut up, dude. Shut up, bro. There's so much people who were glazing Bukauskas. Tom Aspinall's training partner. I'm pretty sure this fight got. I don't know. I don't know if there's a fight that was supposed to happen that wasn't Christian Edwards, but I could have sworn this fight might have got called off or something. But if it's still between these two fighting, it could not be, though. Maybe it's a catchweight, though, so this might be the replacement. But Christian Edwards, I don't know nothing about Christian Edwards, so I'm not going to pick him to win. You know, I'm going to go Bukauskas for the win. Hopefully Tom Aspinall's training partner can live up to his rep of being Tom Aspinall's training partner and show his levels. Give me Bukauskas for the win. Malcolm Wellmaker versus Juan Diaz, who had a great knockout in Dana White Contender Series. Both guys have crazy power. Of course, Wellmaker's last loss against, I think it was Ethan Ewing. I believe, was it? I think it was. And it's not aging that bad. It's not. Ethan Ewing's a fucking marauder, crazy boxing, you know. This guy's also a pretty solid boxer from Peru. You know, he has a primary boxing. He has heavy hands. That's going to be problematic. So does Malcolm Wellmaker, though. Both guys have heavy hands, you know. And I'm not even worried about Juan having some takedowns in that fight because you're probably not going to take down and hold down Wellmaker. He's shown that he has good takedown defense and can get up pretty decently. I mean, he's a little bit flat on his back if you get him out in the open, but I feel like they're gonna have like a gentleman's agreement to just strike here. Wellmaker, of course, has that great left hook. Pretty one-dimensional. I remember saying that before the Ethan Ewing fight, but I still went and picked Wellmaker to win that. But honestly, seeing how like he had some moments where he landed on Ewing that I feel like a lot of people can't eat that or mustard that shot. So I feel like Wellmaker's going to use his reach here well. And I think he's going to get it done. He's not the best. He's not the most talented, but I do think he has power, and I think he has pretty good body kicks and head kicks. So I'm going to go Wellmaker to get it done. He's probably going to land that left hook, once or twice here. So we'll see how Juan relies on it. But I feel like Juan has to be in the pocket a bit more because that's his fight style, and he might be vulnerable to getting caught. Juan Diaz is not Ewing, and it will show in this fight. Doo-Hoo Choi, my Korean brother, guys. You guys know, like, a little bit part Korean. I have to back my Korean, guys. Versus Daniel Santos, who's coming off a win against the Korean Conor McGregor, Ju Sang-yu, who's like, you guys know the tattoos, the Conor stance. He got him, he got him leaning when he was leaning back, caught him with a hook, drops him. So he's been in there already against a good South Korean boxer with the open stance. Doo-Ho Choi is kind of similar, but I feel like Doo-Ho Choi is more of a better fundamental boxer than Ju Sang-Yu. Because Doo-Ho Choi has that great uppercut. He slips punches well. He's a little bit more tight in his combos. He just throws them with more velocity. It's interesting, man. It's not an easy one for me either, honestly. And I really do want to go Doo-Ho Choi regardless because I know his boxing is good. He took years off, came back, had 2 fights. I believe 2 in 2024, and now he's back in 2026. But before that, he took a long break. He was on a long losing streak in like 2018. Comes back in 2024, gets 2 wins in that year, and now he's back against Daniel Santos. It's not an easy test for him. And Doo-Ho Choi is great, but I know Daniel Santos is going to keep forward pressure. I know Doo-Ho Choi can hurt him early, but the thing about this is he's going to have to be ready for Daniel Santos coming after him every single round. Santos has shown he can get hurt and still come back and make it an ugly dogfight. I reckon he's going to try to do that with Doo-Ho Choi. Like, he's going to take some damage, but he's going to keep coming. Pause. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. I don't know, man. It's like, fuck, dude. I think a part of me wants to go Daniel Santos, but I don't want to pick against my South Korean brother, like, this could be a problem. Santos does mix in wrestling, too. He was using some wrestling against Ju Sang-Yu. It's going to be interesting because both guys are pretty high volume, man. And both guys' defense aren't the best. Like, both guys are hittable, dude. They are hittable. It's going to be, this might be fight of the night. I'll tell you that much. This might be fight of the night. Like, if there's anything that wins fight of the night, I think it's going to be this one. I think it's going to be this one for sure. They're just going to both come in it, both talented fighters. It's just that, like, the consistency of Daniel Santos, I think he's on a 6-fight win streak. He's been consistently fighting, whereas Doo-Ho Choi has been, like, this is about to be his first fight of the year. He didn't fight last year at all. This is his first fight of 2026. His lack of activity, I'm sure he's still training, but there's a lack of activity that's making me lean a little bit more Daniel Santos side. But I know it's going to be a war, and I know it's going to be close, But I could see Daniel Santos scraping out maybe the later rounds by mixing in wrestling. But early rounds going to be interesting, man, because I really think Doo-Ho Choi is the more talented fighter. So early rounds, he's going to get him. But later in the rounds, I could see Daniel Santos stealing it. So I'm going to unfortunately go against my South Korean brother, even though I really want him. I won't be rooting for him. But for my pick rate sake, I'm going to have to go Daniel Santos. I have to, man. I have to. I'm going to go Daniel Santos to get it done by points. Brings me to the main event of the evening. Honestly, going into this one, like, when I first looked at this card, I remember just thinking Costa was probably going to get it. Arnold Allen, Costa. The resume difference is obviously alarming. Of course, Costa's running a crazy win streak, too. I believe, like, 6 fights or something. Like, he's been winning a lot lately. And Arnold Allen hasn't, like, he's coming off that Gene Silva fight, but he's also been in there with Movzar and Max Holloway and, like, Calvin Kattar, like, been in there with some good names, of course, And he got the win against Giga, who's a pretty good striker. I like Costa's striking. I feel like Costa, he picks his shots well. I feel like Costa has a good striking skill overall. The problem is this is a 5-round fight. In a 3-round fight, I actually think I might go Costa, but I'm telling you, the 5 rounds is actually making me lean towards Arnold Allen because I know Costa can win the early rounds and maybe even hurt or catch Arnold Allen, but I don't think he's powerful enough to put away Arnold Allen cold. Allen could take damage, man. And Allen's also a marauder. He's going to keep coming forward, which could be problematic for Costa. I've noticed when Costa gets pressured, he sometimes wilts to the pressure. He hasn't been in a 5-round fight with someone with this much ferocity for a long time. And I feel like it's going to be like almost like a learning curve for him. He's been there before. He's lost some fights because pressure. But this is a 5-rounder, man. It's against someone who's been in there with the best. And even against the best, against Max Holloway, where he's outskilled, he's still coming forward and still having moments. And I can see Costa being a little bit lower output in this fight. You know, I can see him being lower output than Allen. I know it says Allen lands less per minute, but I'm telling you, in this fight, in a 5-rounder, I can see Costa kind of conserving his gas tank, but it ends up biting him in the ass. And then the grappling, I don't expect much grappling from this fight at all. Like, I don't think Costa's even going to shoot. Costa might shoot when he's tired, but if he gets stuffed, it's going to make it that much worse. Arnold Allen's really good at scrambling, too. He's not really easy to hold down, so it's not going to be easy even if you do go for a takedown attempt on him. I just think it's going to be a primary striking fight that it comes down to will. And when I think of will, I just feel like I'm leaning Arnold Allen. I think Costa on paper might be objectively more skilled than Arnold Allen, but I just don't think that's enough for me to go ahead and pick Melquiza Costa, who I've been picking a lot lately, and I feel like I've gotten all his picks right. And this is like my first time picking against him in a long time, but I do reckon that Arnold Allen's going to get it done in great fashion. So I'm going to go Arnold Allen, maybe by points. He actually might even finish Costa by like TKO later in the fight, man. The more pressure Allen puts on him, the worse it could get for Costa, you know. And yeah, I just feel like it's going to come down to resume and experience, and I feel like that favors Allen. So give me Allen by points or TKO in this one. Now it brings me to this card. You know, we're not going to go through everything because I don't know half these fighters. So I know Chris Avila, so I'm going to say my take on this one. I know Jenkins actually a favorite. Avila's more of a boxer. Is this an MMA fight? Like, what? Is it an MMA fight? Jesus. Oh, man, I can't go Chris Avila then because I feel like this Jenkins guy's going to just take him down. In boxing, Avila will win. I don't know his takedown defense. I'm sure he trains with Diaz, sure, but I actually always pick Avila to win fights. But the fact that this is a boxing match is interesting. Okay, we have tails of the tape and stuff. I didn't know we had all that here. Yeah. Give me the more seasoned MMA fighter for this one. I'm gonna go Brandon Jenkins, you know, off of vibes alone, you know. All right, next up we got Pereira's sister. She's so bad, bro. You know, I'd do it, bro. I'd go for it, man. I did. Fuck that. Pereira's sister has the reach advantage. She has 70-inch reach. This other girl has a 63-inch reach. She has a height advantage. She's 2-2. I'm going to go Pereira, or otherwise known as my wife, a little bit. Beautiful woman, strong, look good. I think she's just going to outpoint this fucking jabroni. I don't even know who Jade Mason Wong is. Wong? Is she Asian or something? Man, she might be part Asian. The fuck? Why is Wong in that name? But yeah, I'm gonna go Aline Pereira, you know, via looks mogging. You know, I don't know this fight. I don't know anyone in this fight. And off of me not knowing anyone, I'm gonna literally vibes max and go off record max, and I'm gonna go the 8-1 fighter, David Mojanyan, whatever that shit said. And then next up, Jason Jackson. I do know of him versus Jefferson Creighton. This is obviously like an easy fight for Jason Jackson to build up his resume, I think. That's what I think. So he's 19-6. I know this guy's 12-2, just less experience, but I think Jason Jackson's going to get it done. Jason Jackson's also the guy who beat Amazov, who just came off that dominant victory in his UFC debut. So give me Jason Jackson for the win. Adrian Moraes versus, I don't know who you are, Puhumi Nukuta. I feel like if I don't know who you are, well, he's undefeated, which is interesting. But if I don't know who you are and you're going against someone I know who's actually talented, I'm going to go Moraes. Even though it's a catchweight, I'm still going to go Moraes, just via being the longer ranger fighter and the more experienced fighter. Okay. Don't know these guys either. This guy looks like he's on roids on the right. This guy looks Indian on the left. I don't know what that meant. But I feel like everyone on the left side's I've been picking everyone on the left side, have I? Yeah, almost. See, I sound like a dweeb right now, but I'm just actually not doing footage on this. I'm sorry. Don't follow my pick for this one, but I'm gonna go Fazil. Out of the prelims. Okay, now we're getting to some fucking marauders, dude. Some badass fighters. We got JDS versus Rebellious to Spain. JDS at this day and age are getting put against Rebellious to Spain, who looks photoshopped. I don't think his core looks that good. What is that? Hold on. What is that? Why does he look like he has a nasty six-pack? Correct me if I'm wrong, but his stomach always feels like it's a bit chubby. Unless he cut weight for this one? I don't know. He said cut weight. It's heavyweight, Kenny. Yo, I don't know. I think that's Photoshop, though, guys. I'm not going to lie. That shit is Photoshop. His six-pack is not that good, bro. I'm just saying. But he's 6'7", you know, long range. He's strong, look good, long reach. You know, he's going to knock out JDS. That's what this fight is. Poor JDS, but he agreed to it. He's probably getting a good payday. But give me Rebellious to Spain by KO in this one. And this is on the main card, but I still don't know who the fuck these guys are, guys. 22-2 versus 17-4. That's all I'm going to look at, and I'm not even going to think of their names. I'm going the 22-2 fighter. I probably should know these guys because they're on the main card. Well, this guy's name is Kenneth, you know. Yeah, he looks like he fucking jogs marathons, and this guy looks like a fighter on the left. I'm not picking the guy who looks like he jogs marathons. All right. This is what we care about a bit. Let's be honest. We care about this one. Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry. Battle of the CTEs. Battle of the incoherent sentences. Battle of the no hairlines. Battle of the chubs. I mean, Perry's not that chubby. Perry's actually good hands only. But it's the MMA bout. It's the MMA bout. Wait. I'm starting to realize. This one says MMA bout. Are the rest of these boxing? Nah, surely not. This is MVP MMA. Anyways, but why does this one say professional MMA? That's a bit weird that this one elaborates. We didn't need that elaboration. But yeah, this one's gonna be interesting. MMA, it's gonna be interesting, man. Mike Perry's been falling in love with his boxing lately, doing bare knuckle boxing and stuff like that. Nate Diaz just hasn't been anywhere to be found. But Diaz is also Diaz. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Diaz has a great chance in this fight. I think Mike Perry's gonna beat the dog shit out of him. I think he's gonna cut Diaz. Diaz is not gonna be able to see half the fight, so he's just gonna get beat up. He's gonna have some clip farming moments where he's yeah, I did what, motherfucker? Did Stockton, motherfucker? Yeah, what? One of those shits. Kangaroo maxing and shit like JDM before he every fight and no face-offs. Nah, I just don't think Diaz is gonna win. I just think Mike Perry's a better fighter objectively, especially right now in their career. Nate Diaz can't just keep coming back out of the blue and be yeah, I'm gonna win this fight. Get the fuck out of here. I think Mike Perry gets it done. I don't think he's gonna finish him. 5-by-5 rounds does favor Nate. I can see Nate coming alive in the later rounds, but I just don't. I think the damage on his face is gonna be close. Matter of fact, it might be close because it's 5-by-5. 5-minute rounds. It's a championship fight. Nate Diaz definitely made him sign that contract. I just don't think Mike Perry's endurance is going to be with Nate's, though. Oh, now I'm starting to ponder and think. Now I'm starting to ponder and really think. This is a weird one, dude. Because Nate in all his fights, dude, fuck. Dude, yes, Perry's objectively better, Kenny, but is he going to win in a 5-by-5-minute round? Perry has not, those bare knuckle fighting rounds, I swear, guys, are 1 or 2 minutes. They go by fast. It's a bit different. It's a bit different here. Damn, Nate Diaz cardio is actually something you have to consider in all these fights. And even age and stuff, I don't know, all that, but I still think Perry should win, right? No, but they both fight against Jake Paul, the mutual opponent. I feel Nate did better. Oh no, I'm going to literally pick Nate off endurance only. I'm about to just pick Nate off endurance only. That's crazy to me. I never picked someone off of just endurance, man. In fighting will. But Perry's not that great. Perry is good, but he's not. I'm going Nate Diaz. I was actually going to go Perry. For some reason, I was thinking, I don't know, 5-by-5 is why I'm going Nate. I'm going Nate for this one. I don't see him fight often, but I don't think I need to, guys. Give me Nate Diaz for the win. I think he upsets Mike Perry. Francis Ngannou versus Philipe Lins. I always thought this was an Ngannou fight. This is also a 5-by-5. Ngannou showed wrestling in his last fight against Renan Ferreira. Of course, it's been a long time. He's been going through some personal struggles, since that fight, But I think Francis should come in and pretty much dispose of Philipe Lins pretty easily. I don't think this should be that hard of a fight. I think he still got it. Heavyweights can fight till they're about 44, Nate, not Daniel. I was gonna say Daniel Cormier against Stipe. Even though he's wicked old, he still gave him a good fight for his last fight. Some heavyweights, especially heavyweights who can rely on something like power, they should be Gucci here. I think he knocks out Lins. He just hits a bit too hard. It could be by ground and pound. It could be by standing knockout. But Lins is 206. I hope that's not real. It says Lins' weight is 206. I gotta lower for you. Look at 206 for Lins. And Ngannou's yeah, bro. I don't know what that is, but I think Ngannou should win by knockout. We'll have to see, though. You never know. Maybe this Lins guy pulls out some BJJ black belt shit and submits him. I just doubt it. Give me Francis Ngannou for the win in this one. I think he makes it look easy and no. Brings us to the main event. Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. Guys, I'll be real. I didn't know shit about this shorty until I realized she fought MMA. Barely looked into her. Ronda Rousey's horrible as well. Has no striking. This girl looked groovy in an open workout. She was grooving and shit. She was shadowboxing and dancing. And Rousey just a stiff ass shadowboxer in her open. I'm surprised how bad she is at just striking. But you would think that Rousey still knows how to use some judo. I know she's been doing WWE, but she even does throws in that too. I think she just takes her down as a different world. Like I said, I really don't know much about Carnaro, but I don't think she has the judo of Ronda Rousey, which is why I'm gonna just go Ronda Rousey off of just being in the highest level in the UFC. Where who the hell were you? Where were you the highest level at? I'm going Ronda Rousey for this one. So, yeah, it's looking like a UFC night for these people. Rousey, Ngannou. Let me give you guys a parlay, even though I don't bet anymore. Rousey, Ngannou, Nate Diaz. Nah, I wouldn't even do Nate Diaz. I do Rebellious to Spain, Ngannou, and that's it. And maybe Rousey. But yeah, these are my picks for both of the fight night and the MVP card. Let me know your picks down below. That's it for me. Have a good one. God bless. 2, 3.